President Bola Tinubu has urged Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia to lead reconciliation efforts following the recent deadly attack, which claimed over 200 lives. Tinubu asked Alia tasked him with initiating dialogue to restore peace in the state. He also directed security agencies to enforce earlier directives to ensure safety. In his statement, the president emphasized the need for peace and harmony among local communities and called on leaders to avoid inflammatory rhetoric that could escalate tensions. Security forces, including military and intelligence chiefs, have been deployed to Benue to curb further violence. Despite recent security measures, the state has experienced several deadly attacks, with residents describing the latest one as the worst. Yes. Now, for an update about the president's directives for reconciliation in the aftermath of his official visit to Benue State after the killings, spokesman to the Benue State Governor, Tersoo Kula, now joins us. Good afternoon. Many thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon, Cynthia. You are welcome.
Of course. Now, of course, we do send you our thoughts and prayers at this very difficult time. But based on what the directive that the president has given to the Benue State Governor to be at the forefront of reconciliatory efforts and make sure that people avoid statements that might trigger any more violence, how is that being implemented at this time?
Yeah, Mr. President actually came to Benue, and it is no longer news that he gave us some charge and also rendered some advice, which also include what you have just said, because already everybody know or is aware that the crisis in Benue, as terrible as they are, have been badly politicized. So I think it was at that backdrop that first he warned against inflammatory speeches, then also advised for a constitution of a committee that will make efforts to usher peace back into Benue State. Yes, to that extent, since the president left, departed back for Abuja, the governor has been making efforts to, first of all, put his house in order in respect to the security agencies within the state, for them to be able to live up to the charge by Mr. President. The governor has been meeting with security heads in this place. Yesterday was the second meeting he had with all heads of security agents, including the Commissioner of Police, the Director of DSS, the Commandant, Operation White Stroke, Commandant NASMI, Commandant 72 Battalion, the Air Force, and the Naval base that are here. All were in attendance. And the security issues were discussed, and the modalities were mapped out to strengthen the security of the state. He dashed into Abuja after the president left, and also met with some relevant authorities in the realm of security. And so far, that is what he has been doing. And we are sure, just like I once said, before now, the swan song, especially from our military, was that they were yet to get orders to confront these marauders. But the last order was given by the president. He is the commander-in-chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces. And so after him, there's no any other order. So we are believing that the military will live up to that order Mr. President also gave the order to the Inspector General of Police. And I'm happy that yesterday the Commissioner of Police briefed His Excellency during that meeting and said some masterminds and perpetrators of the Yerwata attack were in the police custody. Of course, as of yesterday, he said investigation was on, and the tray on those who they couldn't arrest at that point was still on. So it was premature for him to give the names and display the people that were arrested. So I believe that so far modalities are on and peace will return to Benue.
All right, Mr. Tersoo Kula, I would like to find it from you because the body language of the government of Benue State is that of a defeatist, so to speak. Because the last I checked, the governor is the chief security officer of a state. And as much as possible, they should show that they are in charge and probably have a hang of things going on there. But when the body language from the entire government is that of despondency and lack of will to be able to bring order to the state, don't you see anything wrong with that? Because at the moment, the buck is being shifted to the path of the presidency as against the state leading this particular charge in ensuring that that particular mandate of securing lives and property, which is the responsibility of the government, shines through and through.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Aaron. Aaron, I will first of all give it to you that I cannot stop you from expressing. You are entitled to your opinion. And whoever said that the body language of the government of Benue is defeatist, I don't think you get it right, but that is your opinion. However, anybody who is analyzing the issue of insecurity in Benue or any part of the country should have it at the back of his mind that we have a constitution and we are guided by the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And then we have layers of conflicts. We have layers of conflict. We have layers of crisis. If two communities within Benue are fighting, even vigilante may be able to arrest that situation. When the vigilante cannot do that, the Mopo police are the one that can quell any riot of that kind. By the time this is beyond the police and the military are to come in, that is when you know that the development, the untoward development has generated or metamorphosed into a terrorist attack. And at this time the military is in, the constitution is very clear. The governor can only give orders to the commissioner of police, and not even the IG. I don't know whether you are aware of this. And so when a crisis metamorphoses to a level of what you call terrorist attack in a state, and you still expect the governor to sit alone and be able to quell that, then you are giving more. In fact, you are trying to shift blame where you shouldn't shift. The president was right to have come in, because at the time the military came in, it is not. But then, what you need to do as the governor in this case is to provide logistics, to provide enablement, to also to motivate these people to do what they are sent to your state to do. And this much, Reverend Father Hyacinth Umalia, the governor of Benue State, has been doing. Some people go to national TV, they go to the media, and they try to undermine the efforts of the governor. Few days ago, my brother and friend the member representing Makudi Guma Federal Constituency, Mr. Dixon Taiki, was on air, and he said that the governor has not been giving the needed support to security agencies. These are the kind of people that are deceiving whoever will be holding such opinion. But then you have a clip in your office, because I saw it. It was done in the open, and it was done here in Makudi, where journalists covered this event. The governor distributed 600 motorbikes to security agencies and the vigilante and the task force that are formed in Benue to fight this insurgency. These bikes there was need for these bikes because it is not every village that vehicles can fly. These people run into the bushes, in forests, and so it is not everywhere that you can fly with a Hilux or even or any other vehicle. So these people need motorbikes, to be able to trail where these assailants are coming. These vehicles were given to soldiers, was given to police, was given to vigilante, was given to all these security agencies. And
Mr.
then 100 Hilux were also distributed to security agencies. And so when you say that the governor is not doing anything, the governor decided not to do anything because he's defeated, and and it sounds so harmful somehow.
Mr. Kula,
but I tell you, this is how...
Mr. Tersoo, we understand. Thank you for throwing more light on the vehicles that were distributed. But at the end of the day, what people will judge by is the outcomes. Lives are still being lost, and it's being described as the worst crisis in years. But we commend your efforts and the efforts of the government, and we'd like to thank you for your contribution here on Newsday and wish you well. Thank you.